Hey everyone, join me today as I try to change the cabin air filters on my Tesla Model Y. I have a product here from a company called Sezfom. This is an aftermarket cabin air filter for Tesla Model 3 and Y, but you can also get OEM filters directly from Tesla Service Center. And it should be a really easy DIY project. I believe these are recommended to be replaced every 2 years, but let's go check in the service menu right here. So of course, inside of your Tesla under service, there is a maintenance menu. I think this is from a more recent update, but here's what mine looks like. So cabin air filter replacement, that's what I want to do today. This is recommended to do every 2 years, maybe if you drive a lot every year, especially if the air kind of gets smelly inside the car, then do this more regularly. And then what other things while we're here? We have wiper blades replacement every year, but honestly, this is a 2.5-year-old car. My wiper blades are fine. And there's a HEPA filter replacement, which is every 3 years. So this is a much bigger filter that lives under the frunk of the car. Today, the cabin air filter replacement, that's going to take place in the footwell. We're just about to get there in a second. And then all the other things are pretty standard: tire rotation, wheel alignment, and windshield camera area precision. So I think this is done by a service center. So let's get to it. This should be a pretty easy job to do. The kit that I have here actually comes with both. There's actually a pair of these filters here. So it looks like you have two. So this is actually going to be, we're going to use both of these today because there's two of them that live under this tunnel here. And the kit actually has the tools that we're going to be using today. And before we begin disassembling, we need to turn off the HVAC. So you can either press the off button here, or you can just hold it right there. Now it's grayed out and now HVAC is off. Let's begin. So first step, let's move the seat all the way back, like a rubberized winter all-weather mat. And I even have the OEM carpets. We don't need this. And my understanding is that this filter lives right in this area, so we're going to have to take off this panel. And there is another panel under here, a plastic panel with this light that's coming out as well. So let me grab the tool. We're going to make some progress. So the kit comes with this pry tool. It's soft plastic, so it shouldn't cause any scratches. Let me see. I think we should start around here. There are some plastic tabs holding it in place. And if we go gently all the way around, yeah, I'm hearing them pop. So take your time with this step because we don't want any tabs breaking. Yep, that's coming along. I can actually see the tabs from the inside, so that's what that looks like. These white plastic tabs. We have to make sure not to break them. Here we go. Gently does it. Here we go. So I just popped off this panel here. We don't need this right now. I'm going to remove this. So we get a little peek into the inside of this tunnel here. Of course, it's not a transmission tunnel. There's no transmission. What we're after here is actually this door right here. And there is a proprietary bolt here, or screw. And there is a provided key that's going to go here to undo it. But we will need to remove this other plastic panel here. You could see there are these plastic tabs holding it into place. I believe there's 1, 2, 3 or 4 of them. Four of them here. So this is going to also come out, and then we can get access to this door right here. So the tool that's provided has this pry mechanism, so that's going to allow us to pull these screws out safely. So I don't know how well you could see, but there is this, there's two sections to the screw. There is a bottom piece and then the top piece. So we want to basically pull the bottom one first, and then that allows us to remove the whole screw. So let's keep going. What I just have happen is that this screw actually separated into two sections, and I thought I made a big mistake here because this part went into the tunnel. I just barely found it now. So one thing to be careful of, if as you're prying them from the top of this compartment, make sure you don't lose pieces, because especially if they fall in there, they're going to be very difficult to retrieve. Maybe in retrospect, maybe I should have done this panel first before opening up that tunnel here. So let's keep going. Get at these with your nails too. So once you have the first section free, it just kind of comes out. So now that we have 4 of these plastic fasteners out, the next part is removing this panel with the speaker and the light. So I think if you just pull on it, it should start to free itself. It's kind of hard to do it one-handed, but we have to be very careful because there will be 2 cables. So now this is out. There are 2 connectors here, one for the light and one for the speaker, but I might just kind of keep this in place because I think I have enough access, enough slack here to get to this door over here. So let's try that first. And let's try not to lose this screw or this cover. So now the cover is off. Here we go. Now I'm gonna leave it in a secure spot away from the tunnel. And now we could see there are these, as I expected, 2 filters, and they have these pull tabs. Okay, so what do we have? You know, it's not that dirty. So you can see there's an arrow here because the air is blowing from the front of the car into the cabin. So keep this in mind. The second filter is actually sunk down here. So what we have to do is pull up, kind of wiggle it up, and then out. There's not a lot of give here. Okay. So both of my filters are out. They're not looking too bad, but it is a bit of a tight opening. My new filters here, depending on how rigid they are, I may need to take off this panel after all. Let's have a look what we have here in the box. Dirty air in, and then fresh air out. So it is a bit more rigid, so what I'm gonna do is remove this panel here. So that's a very easy connection to remove. It just snaps into place, and there is a little plastic tab here. You press down and the connector wiggles free. The speaker connection is a little bit of a different connector. It's just stuck in there with friction. So now we could pull out this other panel entirely. You could see there's some insulation here too. Let's try again. So again, fresh air out. This side is facing the cabin. Oh yeah, now we have better access. Push it all the way in. And then I'm gonna grab a hold of the tab and let it slide down, all the way down. So you can see here the tab is sticking out, and I'm going to stick in the second filter right now. So that's sitting at the bottom. Here is number 2. Oh yeah, okay. So tabs are in. It has this kind of foam to keep everything secure. So now we get to reverse the process. So here is our filter door with the screw still here. And it has these tabs that have to line up with the top of the doorway. Just making sure that this plastic door for the air filter is secure. And now let's put on this panel. Just do everything in reverse order. The speaker cable is a bit shorter than the other one for the light, which is on this end. And then the light comes on. Oh, I see. So there is like a little ridge here where this has to hook into. Mind the cables. Everything is lining up. Okay, that was easy. Now we have our 4 of these plastic fasteners. So that's all done. Now time to secure our panel here and for the tunnel. Time to secure this cover here. Looking at this thing here, you could see that there's no tabs over in that corner, but there are these clips all the way around. So let's line everything up here, and what I'm gonna do is use these tabs here as a visual frame of reference because I know this guy has to go here. So just go around in a circle and make sure that all of these tabs have clicked into place. It seems like all the lines are lining up. I'm not hearing any vibrations or rattles, so I think job well done. So that's all there's to it. There's really not that much manual labor involved. Maybe this took 10 to 15 minutes, and if I had to do it the next time, I would say I would do it in even less time. I think Tesla was gonna charge me $70 plus tax to get this job done, and I got the filters on Amazon for a lot less money, and I did it myself in just a couple minutes. The one last thing is we want to basically reset the service interval in the computer in the front here. So that's what this looks like. Cabin air filter replacement. So now we can record this as a setting now. It says double confirm that we've done it. Confirmed. So now we have cabin air replacement. The next time it wants us to do it is 2 years from now. Cool. So there you go. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.